Hi and all. Hi and welcome to this particular discussion come podcast that is a virtual format. And this was one of the most long due kind of a discussion which me and Kumar were planning from past 1.5 month. And one of the most important question that lingered when we were discussing this particular topic was like, well, most of the professional wrestle with this particular thought, like what if I sound stupid on LinkedIn? Okay, who am I to give the advice? That is a classic one, right? And what if no one react? This particular questions are not about the content. It is it about the content? It is most about the visibility fear that we really have, the real mental block that shows up as a silence. But there is a truth. We can't deny that online is the new real estate, and we everybody can agree on this particular platform that yes, it is. And LinkedIn has become our global office, and it is an high time that we hide behind the curtain and not being participative in this particular office. And if you're not visible, you're losing on lot many things. What you're losing on leaving money, credibility, and connection on the table. That is what you're leaving if you're not actually utilizing this. So these are some of the questions that were lingering in my mind, and I felt that it has to be married with the truth that we are facing with LinkedIn that is there. So today we have a very special guest with us. We have GS Kumar with us. So a little bit about him. There is a lot many things. I would have had a different 10 minutes of introduction of him, what he has done in past a decade and more than that. He is not just a LinkedIn strategist, what I have felt like. He is someone who helps thousands of professionals and businessmen truly unlock the power of LinkedIn. So he is more of a digital marketer, a kind of a coach when it comes to giving that presence. There has been a lot of he has made a point that there has to be a high ticket client to secure it. That is one thing that he does. He also help individual in securing interview with MNCs. He guided his guidance has been a game changer for most of this. So what makes Kumar stand out of this particular pack is that he is more of result driven in his approach. Rather, it might be for job seeking, an entrepreneur, or an HR leadership. He knows exactly how to sharpen your profile, tell your story to the client, and get you noticed. So that is what Kumar is in that. And he's also is a recognized coach. This is where we resonate to each other. He's a coach. He has been, and he's working as a corporate trainer for MNC and startup. And his prolific content creation. So if you can actually fathom that, he has 290 articles, which is what he has published. And they have more insightful in terms of how personal branding and career growth and future of work would be. So, and if you're not impressed with that, if I want to tell you, he hold a record for the fastest job placement turnaround. So that is what he is doing. So today, I would like to invite, Kumar to understand his method, some of the powerful tip which he would be sharing with us, which we can rightly apply to whatever we are doing right now, wherever the improvement is required, whether you're looking for your career growth, building your brand, simply stand out of the crowd that is there, because there are avalanche of posts, avalanche of people proving their brand image, but very few of them make it to the top 10%. So GS Kumar, welcome to the show, and the entire forum is yours. And we can start with the first question that we have in our mind is why people feel fear being visible. What is a common fear you see in our clients?
So thank you so much, Abhijit, for making me as a celebrity. All this huge introduction. I was thinking like, did I did all those things? And a couple of minutes, I was very stunned having got that particular introduction. Super happy to be part of this podcast where I'm observing a lot of very meaningful people have participated in your podcast and sharing very, very valuable tips and suggestions. So being part of it is something a very, very pleasure, and meeting you is also one of the most pleasure event. Thanks for Invent to make this happen. At this point in time, I wanted to thank him. So coming to your questions on LinkedIn, as you rightly put up, LinkedIn should be acted as a global office because it's a professional networking platform rather than
Right.
social media.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so when people think about LinkedIn, they think yet another Facebook or yet another Instagram, wherein they repeat their posting strategy. If at all they have an existing posting strategy, they just repeat it. But failed drastically because of non-understanding of the algorithm works on how business. I mean, LinkedIn mostly works on the business networking algorithm rather than the social media algorithm.
Right.
That's why whoever is very successful on Facebook, if they are repeating their post on LinkedIn, they feel like little stunned. Oh, okay, why it is not happening in LinkedIn? Now that's where we'll have to understand the language of LinkedIn first of all,
Right.
so that our post makes sense. And coming to your straight question, why people fear being, posting content, I'll categorize into two categories. One is the professionals who are working people who visit their office 9 to 6, and there are other categories who are into business. Okay, right from freelancers to MSMEs, enterprises. We call it lot of change in the business world. Take from freelancers to enterprises.
Right.
So first thing, for everybody, it is a fear of judgment, I would say. Okay, one of the statistics says about 65% of people have a fear of judgment. Okay, what other people will think if I post like
Right.
this.
Right.
Right. So it's a form of self-rejection, I would say, because I'm thinking on my customer's behalf or my friend's behalf or my colleague's behalf, which may not be true.
Right.
Okay. So second one will be it's kind of an imposter syndrome, I would say, wherein people think that I'm unqualified to post this kind of a content.
Very true.
Okay. Let's say some purchase manager or maintenance manager who is well aware about AI and loves to talk. He will talk with friends. Okay, AI is doing this, doing that. But when it comes to LinkedIn, he will think, am I qualified to post a content about AI? Because I am a purchase manager, I'm a vendor manager.
Right.
How I'm supposed to do? Okay. What people will judge me? Okay, I'm posting something unrelated things, which is not at all suitable to my domain or industry. That's one self-block which I can see from my past lines.
Right.
Third thing is, of course, the social media, aspects, aspirations, like zero comments, zero likes.
Yes.
If at all I get zero, then I feel very bad because, okay, nobody's reading. But in Facebook and Instagram, I get too many comments, likes, but in LinkedIn, that is not happening. Okay, so even for people who have 1 million followers or 1 lakh followers or something, we get very low traction.
Very true.
Okay, in terms of if you compare Facebook, Instagram to LinkedIn, okay, because the understanding of artificial intelligence behind that is something we are not aware. Okay.
Very true.
So these three major reasons, but the psychology behind this is of course the social comparison.
Right. True. Very
okay.
true.
So what other people will think about, or self-doubt, self-rejection, all this comes into picture. And especially women, they don't want to expose much. Okay, when it comes to online, because there are a lot of issues. We need not discuss that, but that element is one of the fear factor in terms of, especially from women. So these three major reasons is what I normally get from my clients.
Right, right. As you rightly said, Mr. Kumar, like, yes, the one thing that is there, the self-sabotage. Okay, I think the imposter syndrome, that is very much a kind of a mental wellness issue that which we come across in a lot of management and leadership. When they are promoted to high stake positions, they usually, are grappled with this problem that, am I really sufficient for that particular part? Am I skilled enough? And as you said rightly, that people are being stopped on that particular part. The other thing that really makes a person really fearful to, put it in front of the social media is the spotlight effect. It is well-researched phenomenon that is there, that we usually overestimate how other people notice. Usually we feel like we never cry in a moving car, because what we feel like, if I cry while driving, everybody will be watching me. So because we feel like that nobody's watching at you, and I think the spotlight effect usually is really amplified when it comes to social media, because the nature of social media and platform is that the post that you do on social media will stay forever. Okay, it might get reshared, it can be gone to some other place. You can very much delete from your profile, but if you get reshared, it would have a kind of digital imprint on that particular point of time forever. And then that's how the profiling is done. So that thing is really playing a lot of mentally with all of our clients or whoever or whenever you're coaching. Because if I do that, what if I go wrong? If I'm not able to produce that? What if I'm not getting that much of traction? Because I know on LinkedIn or any platform, you rightly said that numbers really is not a guarantee of traction. No matter how many millions of followers you have, but what is the traction at the end? That is a different ball game altogether. And I have seen a lot many people with very few subscribers, but they are having a lot of traction in terms of business. It is all about the content that has been placed. So you have really rightly spot on that particular part. So once a person is grappled with this kind of fear, like the second part that I want to talk about is how do you see that how we can break the content paralysis? We have content and there is a paralysis. So what is your how you guide your client to develop a LinkedIn voice in your coaching sector and how you do that?
Perfect. So once we understand what is his background, especially two types of target audience come to us. One is the mid-career to leadership job professionals who are looking for a job. Second thing is the MSMEs and startups who are coming for high-ticket clients, all those people. So the first thing what we have to work is towards the positioning on where we are positioned and our own category. Because like us, there will be 1,000 people sitting on the same thing, doing the same service or product or even job for that matter. Okay. So now positioning matters a lot. So for which what we will try to do is, especially for the business owners, we try to understand their ICP, ideal customer profile, buyer persona, and customer journey. Okay, because so this is going to be a little lengthy answer in terms of customer journey, because it starts from unaware customer, problem aware customer, solution aware customer, product aware, and most aware. These are 5 category. Psychologically, everybody reaches out to get into onboarding a client. But most people doesn't even know that customer has this kind of a journey.
Right.
Okay. So they don't know what to which audience they are speaking. Okay. So if I talk about an unaware customer, I'll give you an example. Let's say there is a shopkeeper who's sitting in Pune, 50 years old. Like he doesn't even know that there is a problem exists, because he might be handling all his inventory manually. He'll be writing notebooks, the kind of legacy which he has carried out. He'll be marking everything in notebooks. He's not even aware that inventory software is available. Okay. Now, if you are selling some inventory software, you have to reach out to this customer with a different posting altogether. Okay. But a lot of people think that they are already aware, then they are trying to sell products like, okay, this is my pricing, this is my offer, this is my discount, which will not work.
Right.
Okay. On the extreme side of it, the most aware customers who already know about the problem, solution, product, brand, everything. Okay. Very simple example. You can see the queue of when somebody is releasing an iPhone pre-order.
Right.
Okay. Because he already know the brand, already know the product, already know the solution. He's just waiting to get the offer. Okay. Because that one particular day, he'll get that offer, especially big billion days, all that. These are the people who come for what you call them as most aware.
Right.
Okay. For them, you have to speak in a different language. Now, this element, since they are not aware, they don't know how to post content, how to curate a content which reaches the right audience. That's a number one lag I can see with all my MSME and startup customers, wherein they post very randomly. And as you said, like duplication of Facebook content is what we post.
Right.
On the other end, job professionals, they don't even know what to post, because their boss might see, their colleagues might see. So obviously they think that, okay, this guy is looking for a job. That is why he's suddenly being very active. So that is the, element which we see. But how we break through is by a framework which is called CALM framework, CALM, CALM framework. Okay. So first thing which we do is chunk your content. Okay, that means don't do lengthy content, make it to micro insights.
Right.
Okay. one tip for automation, one tip for inventory management, one tip for coaching. Small content. Okay, 100 words content. So that the consumption becomes a lot more easy.
Right.
Okay, because people have a very limited, attention span,
Very
especially
true.
at this point in time. Okay,
Right.
so
Very
we'll
true.
have to give a very 100 words information so that he starts consuming. That habit of consumption has to happen. Okay, that's first thing.
Right.
Then authenticity over perfection. Okay, tell real stories. Okay, you
Right.
don't have to have a framework. Oh, okay, this is the first line, this is the second line, this is the last line. Nothing. Start with your own. Okay, let's say one of the customers we know that I asked her to post her real-time career break issues, which got 5,000 impressions. No
Wow.
story, no framework, nothing. She just wrote, okay, how I was struggling last 6 months because of career break and how I
Right.
changed. Only that. Real story. I mean,
Mm.
even if you look at the English, there will be a lot of grammatical mistakes.
True.
Okay.
True.
So authenticity, show your real self.
Right.
If
Right.
you start duplicating your face or having a mask in your face, then it becomes a problem.
Very true. Very true.
Okay. Third one is there are a lot of templates, leverage templates is what we call it. Okay. There are a lot of templates which is available. If you search on Google, you'll get a lot of templates. So use the templates which is used by a lot of people who are already in this space. Okay, you like some kind of content. Now you copy that same kind of a formula and then try to apply for your thing.
Right.
Experiment it, play around it. Okay. And final and most important thing is M, which is measuring the progress.
Right.
Okay, that means you have something called social selling index. If you Google social selling index, you will get to know where you stand on LinkedIn. Okay. So in that context, try to monitor your progress, understand how your post is working. Even if you click your search appearances, it will translate to another page where it will give you all the data of how many post impression in last 7 days, 28 days, 90 days. So wherein you can understand which post is performing better.
Right. Right.
So we call it as COM framework, where it gives a framework to start with and flow with one particular model, which gave a lot of success for my own client base.
Great, great, Kumar. So what I would do is I was run one particular poll as we have a decent number, or at least minusing us 7 people can contribute to this particular poll. So for all the listeners, there is a poll that is going to run up, which will be talking about what is your struggle to identify which are the areas, what kind of content do you stop yourself from posting most of the time. So I'm just launching a poll right away. I want you to just answer it as soon as possible, so that we can have an idea what is your struggle, and then we can make it a kind of a very personalized answer to this particular discussion that we're having. So Shobhan, Sudan, Shantanu, Seema, the poll is in front of you. You can go ahead and just give your votes. Wasim, you as well. So I have just one vote for anything that feels vulnerable. Okay. Okay. Opinions and perspective. All right. So opinion and perspective is a kind of content that is taking a bit of, so both of them, like opinion or perspective, and anything that feels vulnerable is gaining a vote of equal amount. Yes, the rest of you guys who have left for voting it. Okay. Personal stories and lessons. That got 1 vote. Opinion and perspective got 3 votes. Same goes with anything that feels vulnerable. Okay. So I will just end the poll, and we have the result over here in front of everybody. So this is what is the result that we are sharing. So if you see that most of us are, struggling with opinion and perspective, that is the fear of conflict. That is what we are looking at over here. Okay, if there is a perspective or opinion that I'm putting in my post, there will be a lot of conflicting or what lot of expression of conflict would be there. Okay, so when you have a conflicting kind of a fear, Kumar, you want to add up, like if you have a conflicting kind of fear of posting, what kind of suggestion you can give to this kind of a client?
No, that's what the basically self-rejection that we have to come out of it and play around
Hmm.
it. See, when I started, I
Hmm.
don't even know what is L of LinkedIn. So now we becoming at least arrived to a
Right.
stage of having interviewed
Uh-huh.
by Abhijit.
Oh, God.
Right. So everybody
Right.
make mistakes. So, but the
Right.
thing is, don't wait for perfection. So
Right.
start somewhere so that we'll improve
Right.
step by step. Yeah.
Now, the second fear is that of anything that feels vulnerable. Now, this really strike out to a certain thing, that is branding guilt. So this is where branding guilt comes in. That why I'm supposed to, go ahead and put myself into the visibility radar of the
Mm,
entire people that is there. So again, you talked about that. Yes, we have that particular kind of a fear that what if it goes wrong? So
mm,
for everyone who is listening to this particular, and if this is what your fear is, I think me and Kumar both have started some point of time with zero posts on LinkedIn, some point of time. And the same question has arisen in front of us, what has been arising in front of you. Still it arises. I think Kumar would be very much agreeing to the fact that whenever we post, even if you have this particular kind of an event, we see that 129 people have shown interest, but very few have turned out. That is again a kind of a blow to your confidence, that is like, am I really that much relevant? But
mm,
what we do is that we put in those particular content, we share it, because now with the power of internet, this content is going to be there recorded for
mm,
other people to view in future. Future reference would be there. People who come and recognize it, algorithm will realize it. And because of that particular thing, that am I going to get that much of traction or not? The only thing that you can start with is start posting, start doing certain, like Kumar said, calm methodology. Have that particular model into you. Makes bit-sized pieces, because right, attention span has gone low. Let's have a carousel that can be put onto LinkedIn of your own part, because I think right now it is more about the thought leadership that would be coming in play when it comes to brand imaging. So that is one thing. So I think that was a very insightful kind of a thing, because people were like very much into branding guilt, and secondly was fear of conflict. And I
true.
do understand how fear of conflict is there, because everybody wants to be in good books of everyone. Nobody wants
Mm,
a conflict over net, because
mm,
internet is a very gruesome place and very biased place when it comes to opinion and sharing your opinion. So very
mm.
legit, very valid. So I think that is one thing that you can do. So what would be how we can reframe, okay, LinkedIn as a growth space, because I know this particular fear would be playing in the background. But unless and until we don't apply it, because it is said that knowledge alone cannot give you enlightenment, practice does. So unless and until you don't practice, that there won't be any other way around to it. Just to understand and knowing that particular knowledge is nothing unless and until you practice it. So how you reframe LinkedIn as a growth place when you have talking with your clients, like treating LinkedIn as a service platform rather than something like a resume or vanity stage. Like a lot many people are utilizing that as a Facebook or Instagram. That is also not a way of putting it. How you compare your personal branding with the value creation, because I think LinkedIn becomes more of a sharing platform than proving platform. Because I think a lot many people try to prove a point, but I think let's share. Like as you said earlier, that one of your client, she only talked about 6 months, after a career break, and she has came over there. Though it was grammatic mistakes were there, then also she was there. She was able to track, gets little of traction. So what is your view in when reframing LinkedIn as a growth space? How you frame LinkedIn as a space of more of a sharing, more of a value driven platform?
Beautiful. I'll put a little more context to it. See, when
Hmm.
you talk about celebrities and politicians, when they search their name, you'll get
Hmm.
hundreds of articles, videos, and images related to
Hmm.
them. Let's say
Hmm.
you're searching for Shah Rukh Khan, you'll get
Hmm.
1,000 blogs, 1,000
Right.
videos. Okay,
Right.
politician for that matter, same. But people like you and me, we don't have any outsourced PR agency where they can work for us. Okay. If at all
Hmm.
we are planning to work, we'll have to spend 50,000, 1 lakh rupees for our own PR.
Right. Right.
Okay. Even if I have to do a podcasting or any other thing, it
Hmm.
costs me thousands, like,
Hmm.
more than 10,000, 20,000 at this juncture. But I
Hmm.
cannot do repeatedly. So if somebody is searching for your name, the first thing appears is your LinkedIn profile.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Very true.
So that most supportive platform to Google. Okay. So when we are doing business or starting our solopreneur journey, coach, consultant, our name has to be at a very, very higher status, because I always believe if we have to serve our clients, we have to be bigger than the clients.
Right.
Okay. Now, how that can happen is because of digital presence. Okay. So we could have followed a lot of people, but literally we could have not met. Okay. It is all only online presence, which makes us think they are big.
Yeah, that's true. Perception management. Yeah.
Even movie star, they may not have any brains, but since they are coming in that particular platform, we are thinking, okay, he's better than us in many forms and ways. Right. So when we are into job or business, it's our accountability to project, sell personal branding. Personal
Very
branding,
true.
in my opinion, what are you known for?
The service. Yeah.
So if I think about Abhijit, what are you known for? Okay. If I talk about Sundar, what is he known for? Okay.
Right.
So that element has to be translated, because LinkedIn is available 24/7, which is talking about you even when you're sleeping.
Very true.
Correct. So now if you are not able to translate your headline, your banner, your about us section, your 24/7 is closed. Your office is present only when you are online. That is about 15 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Now, can you think of how much element you are losing from online world? Right? Because internet is everywhere. Whatever you are posting, even a guy sitting in Australia, sitting in Africa, sitting in US is watching it.
Right. True.
Okay. So that level of consciousness has to be there. But still, the element, as you said, the fear element is more towards how can I talk about myself? Okay, you have to talk about your stories.
Right.
Okay. So let's not even project ourselves as a great thing, or that's all fine. Talk about where you are best at it. What you are passionate about.
True.
Okay. Especially for job seekers, showcase your social proof. Okay. Social proof means, see, let's say when we are going to a doctor, we'll check whether he is a certified FRCS, MD, whatever. It is all his proof that he's claiming himself as a doctor. Okay. But when you say yourself as a website developer, do you have a social proof? How many projects you have worked? Which are all software you have did? For which industry? Have you received any award?
Right.
Have you got any certification to authorize all that? So social proof, at least you have to project in your features section, so that people start believing you. Okay, so when you are validating a lot of people with your own judgments, the other people will also be validating based on your LinkedIn profile.
Very true.
So it is a place where you have to see, not only for job, for anything you have to add your certifications, awards. So in my introduction, you told a lot many things. Okay,
right.
How you got to know? I didn't told you, but you have observed from my LinkedIn profile.
True.
Okay. So we never spoke about I have got this particular certification. Tell me about this. Tell me about I never told. We hadn't even had a talk about that, right?
Right.
But
Very
you
true.
observed my platform and understood that these are all things. And 2 minutes I was observing, oh, these many things. So that's how our customer will look at, oh, okay, this guy has done these many things. So he is capable of doing my work.
Right.
Okay, where is that social proof? So work backwards and understand what is your best skill, and for that, what you have, what certification or award or what social proof you have. Post that first. True. Okay, and tell them that I have got this one. I have got that one. Nothing wrong there. Okay, be it job professional, be it business owner, any areas of specialization which you are capable, what is the skill you are best at it. Right. Okay. For that, try to generate a lot of proofs. If at all you don't have any proof, okay, I don't have a certification for this, but I'm best at it. Fine. But try to identify where is your skill, 3 best skill, you note it down, and try to generate proofs for that, because people will only trust when there is proof. Okay. So I cannot say a doctor without any certificate. No. Very true. Right. If you are saying yourself as a Java developer, I'll be looking at Sun Microsystems certificate. True. Very okay. True. So if you are a startup, what is your authorization? What is your proof?
Mm.
What is your
Mm.
trust which you are bringing? Why should I
Mm.
buy a product from you?
Very true. Right.
Okay, that element is a first element to bring in.
Mm. Mm.
Second element, tell about you. So what
Mm.
is your passion? What
Right.
is your likes and dislikes in terms of professionality? Now, what do you
Mm.
think about AI?
Mm.
What do you think about data analytics? Talk about it.
Mm. Mm.
Okay. Then people who are like-minded people start commenting.
Right. Mm.
Okay, let's say I'm posting, okay, I don't know about AI, what is LLM, what is this? It's very confusing for me. Can you comment? Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Some people who are at the same stage, they'll say, oh, yeah, yeah, I also don't know. Kind of. So
Mm.
you build a
Mm.
community, you build a tribe
Community.
over it.
Right.
I'm just saying an
Right.
example, but you talk about
Mm.
something which is very productive so that you
Mm.
build a community around it.
Mm. True.
Okay. So it's all more this networking platform is more towards for the professionals, and
Mm.
professionals is always knowledge seekers.
Right. Right.
They appreciate new knowledge.
Mm.
Okay. So like whoever has come to this particular podcast,
Mm.
they are passionate towards knowledge, gaining
Mm.
knowledge. That is why they are
True.
here.
Right. Very rightly said. And I
Ah.
think, Kumar, you have rightly said that this, yes, we are not in the phase of, putting ourselves into the marketplace in such a conformity, which actually creates a kind of an aura or an image that is, problem solvers. We
Hmm.
are making our image more of a person who is a consumer, wherein we just go and post a comment or like. That is what we only do. Not even comments. I have seen a lot of people just giving a thumbs up or saying that insightful. Even LinkedIn has to, extend his, entire bracket of emoticons from insightful and liking, clearing, and celebrating. Why? Because people are falling short. Because I think LinkedIn is far more in areas where gray matter really matters. Because I think where your analytical skills, where your observation skills, where what have you learned, that insight has to go into comment box, or some comment or some post can inspire you to draft an entire new post. That can also be there. So there are a lot of people who are working in that particular domain. We just have to come together, make a community, and that community becomes your second brain.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
I think very very much people are caught up in their own brains with their experience, and they don't even go ahead and explore that whatever I have learned, is it right, is it really relevant, is it really applicative. Your community can give you that particular mirror, that particular validation. Rather than validation, I think what is the value that you're bringing into table, because branding is all about service. You offer value, not seeks validation. It is not about validation, because if you post and you are just looking at what are the likes,
Hmm.
then you are just treating LinkedIn as a platform that is same as Facebook. But if you're
Hmm.
coming back and looking at the comment, are you able to see the comment? Are you able to see how much time it has been reposted with their
Hmm.
thoughts and insight? Then that becomes a value, not a validation game. That becomes a value game now. And that is what LinkedIn is all about, because you have rightly said now most of the employer are not looking at your CVs, but what kind of post, what kind
Hmm.
of articles, what kind of certification that you have done, and they are there on your LinkedIn profile. They don't
Hmm.
even look at what you have put into your CVs. CVs has like long back gone. I think it's LinkedIn profile to which people go and watch, and they see that how much of contribution you have done. Even me being in HR, that is one thing that is there. So when it comes to redrafting, Kumar, I think there is one aspect, as you said, technically, yes, we have to, put ourselves there into the market, but there are a lot of internal emotions that are playing with a lot many people. So the next poll that would be of what kind of emotional things happen, like what emotion do you most associate with hitting the post button. That is what I want to talk about, and I want to see that how we can reframe it. So the poll is in front of everyone, so participant can go ahead and just put in their whichever emotion that feel the most when they are trying to hit post. Anything. I'm talking about post about comment, posting about article, posting about new ideas that we have come across. So participants can just get into the poll and just give me which of the emotions get hit to them when they post. Okay, anxiety is the one. Okay, anything else? What about others? What about excitement, guilt, indifference? Okay, all right, that's a new one. All right. Do you like feel like after posting, like after creating post, do you feel like a relief? Do you feel excitement, or do you feel the guilt that why I'm posting this? Or after posting, you go ahead and delete it or edit it? Anything else? So anxiety is what I get a one part. Okay, happy. Okay, okay. Shobhan is saying that he's feeling happy. All right. So that was not there. Okay. I think excitement would have satisfied happy. All right. Okay. All right. So all of them have given their vote. Should I close the poll? Okay, excited. Okay. Shobhan is excited. All right. So we have one vote for excitement. So I can see three of all of us have given one emotion, that is anxiety. Okay. And this is an emotional tension. Okay. This particular answer that you're giving, it is just an emotional tension that is building up. And the last one was indifference, that is lack of intention. Okay. Okay. Now, when we have emotional tension, the first thing is what we have to, redraft, or we can say reframe within yourself, is you have to ask to yourself to release that particular tension is, what can I contribute and not prove? Okay, contribution can be anything. You can, it is never, the contribution is never judged. Okay, you donate 100 rupees, 2 rupees, 5 rupees, donate, contribution is contribution, right? So if you're doing any contribution, like liking, sharing, putting your thoughts, it's a contribution, and that would just spin that particular wheel. So first of all, whenever you're doing and you are gripped with anxiety, just ask this question to yourself. Reframe your internal thoughts by saying what I can contribute and not prove. Now, then you have to rewire further narratives, okay? Not good enough to good enough to help. I think any comment, any post is good enough to help at least one person. I'm not, here to help thousands and millions of people. I would be there to help one person who would be searching midnight on the internet, and he might stumble upon my article, and that would be helpful. And I think those articles and those videos have been very much evident in everybody's life. In midnight, we have gone and searched for like how to pack a bag for a vacation. Might be somebody might have made a video and we have done that. Okay. So it is like foolish or foolish things that have been there and it has been posted, and people have attraction to that. So never make that particular internal narrative that is not good enough to help somebody. And treat your LinkedIn space as your wellness friendly workspace. Now, when I say wellness friendly workspace, so if you put the best out of yourself, definitely that would be wellness. And a lot many people and lot many influencers, if you go on YouTube and if you ever heard them, they have always said that my initiative to start this particular channel was a therapeutic journey for a lot of influencers. They were into depression. They were not getting, their career startup. They're not able to get recognized somewhere. And they started this particular YouTube channel, and it just grown. It has grown. It has given them an opportunity. It has given network to those people. They have given them some recognition. And it is very much evident. If you start doing this, and as early we started this particular conversation, that yes, it is a real estate that we are talking about. If you're not investing in this real estate by your post, your ideas, your comments, your thoughts, you're going to losing lot much of a presence in today's digital age. So that is what was the what I can say, the result that was there. So I think just posting the result over here, anxiety is the topmost and the indifference was the topmost. Okay, so this is what you can start with, and I think we can go to the next part of our discussion. That what do you think, like Kumar, like what is your way of making this particular reframing of mindset when you're talking to clients? Because there would be a lot of questions that would be coming at you, thousands of questions. I've just taken one question, but there would be thousands and thousands of questions that would be coming at you. So what three or four things that you tell your clients to do, which can get their ball rolling in content creation on LinkedIn?
The first and foremost, we'll have to understand the platforms, both LinkedIn and YouTube. It's a searchable platform.
Right.
Right. So when we are searching for somebody, some person, we'll get to know their LinkedIn profile. Okay. And when we are searching for some problem, we'll get to know the videos of YouTube. So we'll have to understand the level of capacity and the kind of authenticity or how big it is. That we'll have to understand, first of all. Okay. So that we translate some language in a sense wherein our customer tries to search something and we get appeared for that particular search. Okay. So in our HR language, we do headhunting, right? How we do headhunting based on the designation, skills, and location, multiple other things.
Right.
So this is for the job seekers. When we are thinking about aiming a job, we are only, when we are applying to job, we are only spraying and praying. that
Mm.
things will happen. But what we do in our process is we target on the non-advertised jobs, which is headhunted by hiring managers or even
Mm.
board of directors.
Right.
Okay. Wherein they will use keywords and then reach out to people, potential people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if we don't understand what are all the synonymical keywords, somebody like a recruiter who doesn't understands Java or Python or software testing, how he will search. That is the first element we have to crack or decode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we might be appearing or we might be projecting ourselves as a, and I see in various organizations, they mention themselves as architect, consultant, but the
Mm.
recruiter may not understand what consultant is doing
Do
or
it.
what is the nuances behind it. So
Mm.
translate in a language where you are searchable. That's number one.
Very true. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Second, even for the services, people search.
Mm.
Okay, especially for MSMEs and other startups, their clients will be using words like vendor, supplier.
Mm.
That is why
Mm.
they search. They will not search founder, chairman, director.
True, true, very true. Mm.
Right. So when
Mm.
they are searching for like, I mean, I was coaching for one of my client in the morning. So he's into digital image editing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if he puts like I'm a founder, I'm running this organization, nobody will search.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But when we mention couple of keywords related to it, he got 29 searches for today.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
People are already searching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that much awareness we should have. And that is what I stressed upon buyer persona. If you don't understand your ICP properly,
Mm-hmm.
80% you are not doing business. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
ICP and break down into buyer persona.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. ICP means you should have a clear idea on which location your client is there and what capacity. Let's say I want to serve um, a company who's 200 to 500 employee base,
Mm-hmm.
who's there at Mumbai and doing inventory software.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ICP means ideal customer profile.
Profile. Yeah.
Okay, so that's my category. So if I don't categorize that area, I will not dive deep into buyer persona. Buyer persona means the designation of the guy who's in that ICP. Let's say HR manager is the guy who's taking a decision. Now HR
Mm-hmm.
manager, what are all psychographics he might have that I have to make a note of it. It should be a blueprint.
Right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
HR manager, 35 plus years. He spends most of the time in LinkedIn, Quora, those areas, and he will usually do a lot of summit meetups, attend weekend parties. If you have that kind of a nuances only, then whatever posting you are making will make relevance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you will be in a different island. He will be in a different island. Okay, where you
True.
keep on saying, okay, I'm posted 100 of
Right.
posts, nothing is working. Why it will
Mm-hmm.
work? Because you're not translating the language to your ICP and buyer persona.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a core element which you have seen. So that's what we will have to translate the language on how my client will be searching online for me. That's the first
Mm-hmm.
element
Question.
skills you have to
Right.
write. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I project myself as a like job hunt coach. Nobody will search job hunt coach in the earth. Okay.
Right.
That is why I've translated executive
Mm.
resume writer, LinkedIn
Mm.
trainer. Okay, these
Mm.
are all words will be searchable by my audience. So
Mm.
I appear for them. I
Mm.
every single day I get minimum 8 leads worldwide
Wow.
because
Mm.
of that particular search words. That's how
Mm.
I manipulated it. Coming from the recruitment background,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
used all these hacks and then manipulated, and I translate this to my clients. Like how the first discovery call, what happens is we
Mm. Mm.
translate this language to his business. Like
Mm.
if I am a customer, how will I search you? That is the kind of things I will write.
Mm.
Okay. Then I
Wow.
translate to a digital language. In
Mm.
digitally, how they are searching.
Mm.
Okay. If that has been done, see, when somebody is searching for you, I mean, searching for services, that means 70% sales is already done. You just have to show yourself that you
Wow.
are
Mm.
providing that particular service,
Right.
and costing other thing matters a lot. That is up to
Mm.
you and the customer. But
Mm.
somebody is ready to buy customers. If you are losing, then you are
Mm.
not at all in the game. You are losing the gold mine, I would say.
Wow, that was such an insightful thing, Mr. Kumar. You said that 70% of search or 70% of business is done when you are searchable or you are in
Correct.
search. Means
Yes.
I think being searchable for what you have and what you can give. I think even who listeners who are like an employees right now, and you know how things are right now, we are more of an individual contributor than an employee. And most of us are going to be part of gig economy forcefully, involuntarily. That is going to
Correct.
happen in next coming because of the AI is coming in. And when it is going to be so niched out, when things the market is going to be so niched that there was one quote given by, I think I'm not able to recollect who was that, might be a multi-billionaire guy, who said that how many companies would be there on earth after AI would taking place. He
Mm.
said that as many people are there who are capable of working. So
Yes.
that many companies would be there because that much of personalized service would be reinvented. That much of personalized services would be in demand because AI is going to have a cookie cutter kind of an approach for some decades, and then it is going to just skyrocket in terms of making it more personalized. Till the time, being human and having that human touch would always be a kind of a competency that we would be addressing more to, and would be enhancing that particular part. But the first the footfall towards that particular discovery has to start with this kind of a mind frame, what Kumar has talked about. Like, yes, we have to apply the calm, we have to see the ICP that we are trying to see. So all those particular are the frames in which you will try think about what your skill sets is and how visible and how searchable you are for that skill set. Not an HR manager, not a purchase executive, not a VP, not a director, but someone who is specific. Okay. Now, if you see my profile, it would be Chief Human Reinvention Strategist. Okay. Now, how fancy, but in reinvention of human capacity. What I'm doing, I'm just reinventing human capacity of taking more stress, being more resilient. That is what I'm trying to do because stress and resilience go in hand, and that is what I do. I convert stress into resilience. That is what I stress to strength. That I've come up with one word that resonate with what I'm doing. Because I can't say I'm a mental wellness strategist. I'm not someone who would work on mental wellness or mental well-being of an employee or employee engagement. But I would say like I can take you from stress to strength. Yes, that is far more searchable than a mental wellness strategist. So Kumar has really summed it up in a very beautiful manner that how you're supposed to push yourself in a direction. I think the fear is not about what to be done. The fear is about what not knowing what to be done. And
Exactly.
clarity. And
200%. Yeah.
and clarity is the only antidote. So with this particular models that you're working, the clarity would be established. So the next poll that I want to push in for everyone is this: that what do you think? Like, what would help you feel more confident about posting constantly or consistently? So this is the poll in front of you. What do you think? It is mental wellness and mindset tools. Is it clear strategy and content templates? A peer support group accountability? Seeing success story of people like me? Time and space schedule just for posting it. So what do you think? What works for you? To start your journey, what would work for you? So audience, please go ahead and vote. Okay. So we have one vote for clarity and strategy for content template. Yes. All right. So one for mental wellness. Okay. Three of them have given to clarity and all right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So everybody has voted. Should I close the poll and show the results? Okay. So, Kumar, you would be very much fascinated with the result that is there in front of you because most of us believe that clear strategy and content template is something that we really seek for because demand for strategic tool is very important. Okay. How profile and content plan supposed to be there in order to make ourselves visible. As you said, yes, we have to be visible and searchable. 70%. That was a staggering number, to be very honest, because people are so much into marketing themselves, putting into ad agency, but if they are not searchable enough on LinkedIn, and as you said, YouTube and LinkedIn has become now search engines for
Yes.
services. And definitely, if you are not, if your CV and your profile is not search engine optimized with those particular keywords or what you're doing, and that is not strategized, definitely you are invisible to a naked eye. even though if you have the talent and the skills that you have been working for your entire career, but definitely you're not visible. So I think, Kumar, you can take this particular part. Like what kind of coaching services that you go ahead and you do, what kind of differences that you make when in giving clear strategy and content templates to the people.
Okay. So I work predominantly for the leadership, mid-career and leadership in terms of done for you service, especially for mid-career and leadership. They don't have time to do all these things. So they outsource their projects to us in terms of building their executive resume, LinkedIn optimization, and coaching in terms of leadership profiles.
Right.
Because when we say coaching, it is very underutilized in India, especially because it is not treated as an industry in India. Okay. In Australia, UK, US, you may be knowing better that coaching is treated in a better, I mean, it's a separate industry altogether. Okay.
Right.
But here it is more towards, taken for granted kind of thing. So that is one ICP which I work. Second ICP is the MSME and startups who are looking especially for high ticket clients. That means I don't work for beginners who are chasing behind leads. Okay. In India, the meaning of leads itself is it's a different altogether. See, lead is something where somebody is in need. That is a lead. Okay. But if you say, okay, I'm running Facebook ads, give me 100 leads, that's not going to work. Okay. Somebody who's not in need, he's not a lead. Okay.
Right.
I don't work on leads kind of thing. I work on bringing high ticket clients, meaning I will translate the low ticket offering to a high ticket offering so that you monetize and improve your margins. Okay. So let's say somebody is selling 50,000 rupees product in India. He can very well sell that in US or Dubai for a better monetization, profit margin.
Right.
Okay. Now, how that has to be translated, that will translated in LinkedIn so that they get high ticket clients. Okay. Third part is the corporate workshops where I do for sales people and recruiters for hunting clients and hunting profiles, all that, where I'm a retainer for Randstad, Questcorp, First Meridian, and a couple of talks are going on with Upler, all those very familiar companies where I do help. And for founders, I do one-on-one coaching on LinkedIn on how to work on their profile because each founder is completely different.
Right.
Okay. So one-on-one coaching is what I do, wherein I'll tell them the guidance, templates, strategies, and they'll have to work because it's a networking platform. I'm underlining double the time and don't treat that as a Facebook or Naukri platform. Okay.
Right.
So when I say networking platform, you have to have your presence. Otherwise, you are missing. Treat this as if you are attending a offline event where you are meeting 100 people. Okay. But 100 people are assembling and you go and sit in a corner and having some coffee and coming back. There is no use of it. Okay. You have to be proactively approaching people, share the visiting card, tells your opinion, something so that you mingle and try to collaborate with like-minded people. So same thing. This has to be translated on LinkedIn in very many ways by using most of the options. See, I love LinkedIn because of the versatility it is bringing.
Right.
Okay, you have newsletter to publish, you have events to participate, you have groups to engage.
True.
Okay, and you can provide services, products. Okay, multiple things in multiple formats you can do. If you don't know video, you cannot be surviving in Instagram. Okay, like how I'm not able to bring my presence in Instagram because I don't.
Right.
Okay, I have to outsource it, which I'm not ready. Okay.
Right.
But LinkedIn is some.
I think, Kumar, we have lost your voice in between. Is it me or?
Is it audible?
Yeah, it's audible.
Yeah. So if you don't even know what to post, you can start with polling option.
Right.
Okay. Wherein you can just check, okay, which mobile I should buy. People will love to participate. Okay. Or you don't know which laptop to buy, which webcam to buy. They will start engaging. Start somewhere. Which needs only 2 minutes to create a poll.
Right. Now, ChatGPT coming in play, you have a versatile one.
Then what is stopping you? You can use capitalize ChatGPT, which is free, and just translate, but begin somewhere. Okay, don't Don't look at perfection all the time and then start. Nobody's perfect, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay,
Seek
so
for improvement rather than
it's all
perception. Yeah.
evolving
Yeah.
process which we have to continuously evolve. But you should
Mm.
have a passion for content writing and passion for networking when you are in LinkedIn. That's one
Right.
which is
Mm.
always there. Okay,
Right.
otherwise, if you think that it's a Facebook, like I'll post and goes, then it will not work.
Mm. Right.
Okay,
Very
so
true.
that demand is there from LinkedIn because it will treat you like a business networking platform only. If you are not present, you are lost.
Right.
So
Very true.
you have to
Very.
be
Mm.
consistent,
Mm.
creating this kind of, I mean,
Mm.
be content like how you are doing LinkedIn podcast. It is
Mm.
it is a very at a starting primary level because in US and UK they're doing a lot, but in India it is very less.
Mm.
Creating
Right.
LinkedIn podcast, LinkedIn
Right.
Live, all
Right.
that.
Mm.
Capitalize those things so that your competitor doesn't can't even think about it.
Mm. Mm. True.
Okay, so that way because see all your clients are sitting and they are only a DM away.
Mm. True. Yeah.
Any B2B, they are
Mm.
able to purchase managers, brand managers, CEO, founders,
Mm.
all are sitting in LinkedIn only.
Right. True.
Right. So they are
Mm.
just a DM away. But if you have to approach somebody,
Mm.
you should
Mm.
wear a right attire. Like
Mm.
how you
Mm.
are going to a summit with a blazer, suits, so that you
Mm.
meet a high professional.
Right.
Create your LinkedIn profile in such a manner so that they accept your request.
True. True.
Okay. Otherwise, no matter, even if you use Sales Navigator, they will not respond.
Right. It is like something 12 or 20,000 rupees per month, something, I think.
Ah,
Sales Navigator. Right.
right.
The service is there. The tool
Yeah.
is there, as you said really rightly. We have to put, at least we start, plucking our string of our guitar because we don't know when it is going to play in tune. But we are
Mm-hmm.
not playing it, right? We are not making the first attempt to make it as an attempt to at least posting, poll something, make
Mm-hmm.
yourself visible in that particular part. That will bring a certain kind of a confidence because confidence comes with trial and errors. It doesn't come with how much books you read, how much of podcasts you listen to, how much of courses that you enroll into. I think it is more about how much you try and how much you fail and how much you learn out of it. And it is very true for Kumar. It is very true for me. It is nothing rocket science. A lot many people have done that way, and if you are afraid of failure, and as I can see, one of the poll member has voted for mental wellness and mindset tools. That was one of the voters. For that, I definitely there are certain kind of mental blocks that we have, and in psychology we have REBT, CBT therapy processes, which can help you to get away of that mental blocks. Because I think tools, the knowledge is there, the application is remaining, the motivation to apply it, the courage to apply it, fail, and then relearn is missing out. Because that is pretty natural, because that is how we take a threat to our egos, to our existence, in terms of, because visibility is very scary. I can understand visibility on LinkedIn is far more scary than anything else, because there was a survey that was conducted that will you like to give a presentation, or would you like to commit a suicide, which is one of the biggest fear that is there. So the first people said number one is giving presentation. So that is how being visible in social platforms is far more scary. And I'm with you. With that, if you require any kind of mental health support or mental mindset reframing that can be done through different therapies, I have conquered my fear. Kumar has done it, and it is pretty much doable because every competency is, it can be adopted, it can be copied, it can be practiced, and it can be perfected. Not perfected, but at least it can be improved and tweaked to ourselves. The only thing is like you have to start and try. So now we have come to the end of this particular podcast, not end as such, but now the forum is open for questions for participants to ask. So anybody who want to ask a question can raise their voice, they raise their hands, and I can just unmute them, or you can directly unmute if you want to and ask question to Kumar or me. The forum is open for next 5 minutes.
So,
Anyone?
hi, good evening. Thank you for these sessions. I just opened my
Hi, Sundar.
unmute just to express thank you to both Kumar and you.
Thank you, Sundar.
Please provide out some key tips and
Hmm.
what are those hidden features in LinkedIn that
Hmm.
can be unlocked,
Hmm.
say, to as a freelancers to that is what you call that virtual office. You can reach the client and all these things. Is there any what are the key tips and tricks? I mean, and what are those features in LinkedIn that can be exploited?
Hmm. Yes, Kumar, over to you.
Okay. So anybody who starts the journey, I would definitely suggest you should have a blueprint of your ICP and buyer persona. If you don't have, then it becomes a problem. Whatever efforts you put in on tactics or strategy you use, it might go unproductive because we don't even know who is our client and what is his buying behavior. Because buying behavior is something, it is evolving from over last 2 decades, because after coming this e-commerce platforms and multiple other areas, this buying behavior is considerably changing. But if you don't know how your customers buying pattern, okay, then it becomes a problem, because you cannot translate that language to your client or a customer who is in the buying mode. Okay, now you'll have to facilitate something which is easy for him to buy. Okay, but if you're following something traditionally, okay, this 10 things you have to do to buy a product, then it becomes a problem. So first thing, blueprint your entire ICP, entire buyer persona, entire customer journey. Like I said, it starts from unaware customer, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware. These are the 5 customer journeys which is there in a customer's journey when they are coming to buy a product. So understand where they are getting into, and accordingly you have to create a content. Okay, let's say I'm a somebody who's a product aware customer. Okay, let's say I have to buy a phone, either I have to buy Samsung or Nokia or Oppo, whatever. Okay, now what I will do, my buying behavior will be, I will go and check the reviews in YouTube. Have you done this before? Buying, we check all the reviews, right?
No,
Right.
I have not done any buying. Yeah.
Right. So typically when we are buying this electronic goods and multiple other things, we always go and check. That means I'm a product aware customer. I know the problem. I know the product. I'm just trying to understand which is giving a better option, wherein I will try to select one out of 3 options. Now, if you're speaking to that customer and you're creating a content which is for unaware customers, then it goes in a very, very wrong direction, because you're not speaking that language. So basic 3 things has to be set right before even you start your content strategy or content planning, posting model, all that. That's first thing, to foundation, I would say. Second thing is, like Facebook ads library, you have LinkedIn ads library. If you search on Google, you'll get LinkedIn ads library. So there you analyze your competitors on what are all they are posting, how they are using their copywriting skills in order to sell their product. Okay, when they are posting some ads on LinkedIn, that means they have already researched 3 months, 4 months ago, and they have hired a person who's expert copywriter, and then only they have posted their content. So obviously research your competitors on LinkedIn ads so that you can understand how they are translating certain things to their customers. That's most important thing which we have to do, wherein we can quickly copy and paste to our business or any other things to adopt and take it to the next level. And third thing is, it is more towards your authority, your thought leadership in your own field. Otherwise, they will not respect or accept your connection request. For that, you will have to build your own authority on LinkedIn by optimizing your profile in such a way so that you appear big to your client. Then only whenever you are sending a connection request or email request or anything, the acceptance ratio will be more than 50-60%. Because I have seen people who have a very bad profile using Sales Navigator, they are getting only 10% of acceptance rate. Okay, even after using premium in Sales Navigator, they are only getting 10%. Okay, wherein they can approach anybody in the world. Okay, that is because their profile is very, very bad state. They have not optimized to the fullest. But the same case, organically, we have built some profile where their profile is super, super magnetic, highly professional, authority oriented. That when we send organically a request, people accept it, where we have seen 50-60% acceptance rate. So that's more crucial when we are coming into a digital space. So as I relate to Abhijit's statement that confidence and other thing, I will relate to confidence without clarity is a disaster. Okay, because we all
Right.
have confidence to start a business, but we don't have a clarity on how is the customer, what is the customer, where is the customer, what is
Mm.
the language used by customer, what is his buying behavior, what is
Mm.
his psychology. These are
Mm.
all things we are lagging as Indians because we think that, okay, today I create a product, tomorrow I'm selling by circulating in WhatsApp. That's the typical
Mm.
mentality which we do.
Mm.
Okay, we join 10 different WhatsApp group and keep
Mm.
sharing our Canva poster stating that I'm selling this, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. This is what everybody does.
Mm.
Okay. But they will vanish over a period of time because they will not scale up.
Mm.
Okay. But for scaling up, you should need a strategy and with the right platform. Okay. The right platform for, especially for B2B or positioning, should be on LinkedIn because that's where you will appear big and you will get better clients, volume clients. Okay.
Mm.
So when I started a B2C because I just write resumes for people and all that. But I created an authority where Simply Learn called me, KPMG Rise called me for their own cohort students. Okay. Wherein I have coaching of multiple people for their retainer career coach. That is why I projected myself and they have onboarded me as a retainer and I work for multiple workshops and all that. So if I
Mm.
have to scale up from B2C to B2B, positioning ourselves on LinkedIn is very, very crucial. I would say super important.
Mm.
Otherwise, we will be on same retail space. I would be doing the same, hunting of whoever is writing resume, right? Because I started from resume writing, that kind of a business. If I am not positioning myself to that kind of a ladder, I will be still hunting for people who are doing resumes, which will be like a
Mm.
very low profit margin
Mm.
service, which everybody does.
Mm.
Okay. Rather, I scaled up, position myself in a way so that I work with MSMEs, enterprise on their LinkedIn because those are all my high ticket clients. They also need LinkedIn. Job seekers, freshers also need LinkedIn. But who will pay more money? The enterprises, MSMEs, and startups.
Oh.
Okay,
Mm.
so understand your customers' needs. That is very, very crucial. And
Mm.
address their needs in a way wherein they will translate into a right language. Because if I say something, okay, I'm doing personal branding on LinkedIn, nobody will understand. Okay,
Mm.
but if I say I'm getting you 5 to 10 appointments, then people
Mm.
will relate to it because I need, I need a five to 10 appointments every single month so that
Mm.
I can scale up my business. That's the translation which we have to do to our own customers.
Mm.
Okay, these are all basic elements which I have trialed and errored. I have done a lot of mistakes and I have arrived at this stage. Okay,
Right.
so this is a 9 years journey which I'm just
Mhm.
sharing right away because I have did a lot of mistakes.
Right.
Okay, when I was in journey, so I've learned,
Mm.
implemented,
Mm.
and seen the success
Mm.
story.
Mm.
How by just because by positioning in a right way, I got
Mm.
high ticket clients.
Right.
Okay, that's the crux of the matter. I hope I could have answered that, but I think your question is more towards personalization, which cannot be answered at this forum. Maybe we can have a one-to-one.
Actually, he was talking about which of the features that I can, exploit in LinkedIn, which can help me
Hmm.
to boost it thing. But I think you navigated towards one of the topic that is really crucial because we are actually forgetting the fact that LinkedIn is a search engine.
Hmm.
And if you are making our product and our profile more searchable, that is a biggest feature of LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn will try to sell you feature on premium. That is one thing that that LinkedIn will try to do. Because if I activate any features, but if my profile, if my approach, if my language and my the ICP is not in place, I am just shooting arrows in dark. That is what I'm doing right now. So I think whatever limited arrows that I have, and whatever limited time and strength that I have, I definitely have to see in that the clarity as we were talking about the clear strategy and content templates what we can develop is by really understanding what is our ICPs. Okay, so that is where the entire I think the first stage would be there, and then we can go to the LinkedIn's features once we start scaling and expanding in that particular direction. So I think
We
Sundar.
have to literally write because we lag
Hmm,
in writing practice, right? So we should
hmm,
have a diary at least after this session.
hmm,
Everybody should, including me, I should write who is my ICP, what is his problem in
hmm.
2025, how they have evolved. Because in 2020, I could have met some MSME, but they will not be at the same stage.
Oh
In
yes,
2025, they could have evolved. Their buying pattern is completely different. So I
true,
have to
true.
write it. Okay,
Hmm,
then if I translate to a strategy of posting content, then it will work.
hmm, hmm. So I think it's as deep as the rabbit hole goes. Sometimes like how much of studying you will do, but I will make one point over there that you have to start as soon as possible with 40 to 60%. 40% is okay of knowing what is the clarity. Rest is you will stumble upon things and then you would improvise. Same thing happened with Facebook. Facebook never imagined that they would become a meta, right? They just started with one simple concept of connecting people, and then they just grow. And same thing would happen with your skill sets. The only thing that our mind is such a kind of a it's a tool which actually try to keep you in a comfort zone as much as possible, because that is more energy efficient way to survive. Bringing the change, learning new skills, it would be a totally
Sorry to
different thing.
interrupt.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt here.
Huh.
Second thing is we feel that we know everything.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Even in LinkedIn, if I talk to some people, yeah, I
Huh.
have LinkedIn profile I'm using, but their profile will be very, very terrible. Whereas the
Right.
basic elements is not even filled.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, people who already have LinkedIn profile, they think that they are very good, but
Hmm.
please go and check your social selling index by
Hmm.
searching in
Hmm.
Google,
Hmm.
wherein you can understand where are you currently. If your score is less than 70, then you have to completely rework on
Hmm.
your strategy.
Hmm. So there is one question. You will have to start from Wasim. You will have to start, but also need to be consistent. Today, starting is not a major issue for people, but where we lack is in consistency. So yes, consistency is what Wasim is asking. How to have consistency. Consistency is not motivation driven, Wasim. Consistency is discipline driven. So even if you don't have the mood to, mood or mindset or whatever you call, because a lot many people say that I would first become motivated to post something. No, you have to bring that as a micro habit in your daily, routine. That yes, by Tuesday I would be having a certain post that would be there. Okay, because even Kumar and me work on the same platform. We have a content calendar ready on Tuesday, on Fridays, we supposed to have one podcast with one of the client on this particular topic, which has been done 2 months back. Every quarter we have a calendar. We have a topic which would be podcast, and interaction is one part of our reach outs. But reaching out personally is also one of the part. So we are not only relying on one aspect. So consistency can be only achieved by having a discipline. So if you have a discipline, definitely it would have. But if you're relying on motivation, that I would watch one Sandeep Maheshwari video, or I would Sadhguru, I would go and get how to cope up with negative mindset, and then I will come back to content creation. No, it is not going to happen. You have to keep your phone aside for an hour. You have to sit with a pen and paper. Without internet, you have to come up with whatever topic comes to your mind, and then you have to research it, and then you have to post it. That's how consistency would come. And I think now, Wasim, it has been really very, very easy for us to have a second brain in terms of communities and chat GPTs. We have a second brain. We have lot many things. We just have to direct those particular tools in our favor. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that we can do. uh, Kumar, if you have anything to add on this, because this is what I feel
I
like
mean,
what
very
consistent.
beautifully put it. I would write it as a golden statement. I mean, consistency is not a motivational thing; it's a discipline thing. I'm just
Yeah.
going to write that in
Oh,
my
great.
diary.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's
uh,
out of experience. I think a lot
okay.
many times I have done that. Okay.
Ah.
I feel emotional anxiety. I feel like calling you, like I will get overwhelmed looking at your followers. That was the
Mhm.
first thing, right?
Mhm.
37,000 people are following you. Okay. And I will get overwhelmed. Should I contact this guy? He is far more bigger than me. I have only 4 5,000 followers on LinkedIn. Okay.
Mhm.
But in contact in network, I have a lot many people in part things. But what happens, that particular anxiety actually brings you down.
Correct, correct,
Actually makes you to sit into the comfort zone, not getting into that particular part, because that is the visibility part. That is the anxiety that creates. If I am
correct.
visible to Kumar, and he would be in better position to judge me. And this
Mhm.
is where the entire internal dialogues happens. This is where, Wasim, we try to pull ourselves. We start it, but the block, the roadblocks, the potholes, the under construction way to success always makes you, it will always pull you back. So only one thing would put you on track is discipline. Make sure that whatever it might be, I would be 10% ready, I would be 20% ready, I will just show up. I will show up, I will do it, and I will make sure that the ball is rolling. There is a very beautiful quote, and I will just take 2 minutes to talk about this. That it is said that why universe have such a big power? Okay, why universe, or what is the universal power that is there, and who is favored, or who is actual owner of this power, is the people who keep on moving. Universe never thinks and never regrets about the planets and galaxy that he has made, which is inhabitable, or the galaxies and planet which are like not supporting life. He doesn't think about that. He keeps on creating. Creation is all about creating, not thinking about what is created. Okay, and if you keep on that particular track, the force of nature will be with you. Otherwise, what will happen? Anything that keeps on circling, like if it is a force and it travel in a linear path, if it is like not working and it is going in circles, it will form a black hole, right? That's how it works, how universe are like that, right? Whatever travels in a straight line, it's a natural force. Whatever is in circle is a black hole. And another principle that is there, that is universe is all of chaos. We always say that there should not be chaos. There should not be negative things in our life. There should not be contrast. There should not be failure. What is a foolproof plan to succeed? It would never be like that. Chaos is actually a redirection for you to get into a right direction. So whenever universe create an inhabitable planet, it is a feedback system for the universe to create a habitable planet. That's how universe work. The universe would say, like, this is what I have made wrong. Now I have to make a something different one. So whatever has been happening in your life, and that is what is the major crux that pulls you down. Anxiety would bring to you because of that. So universe also take chaos as a reference point, as a feedback to correct its course. So whenever you come up with such kind of challenges, you always take that as a corrective force, not as a blockage. Because when you take it a blockage, you are going to stop and you are going to create a black hole. You have to surpass it. You have to go from below. You just have to be flexible in that particular part. So discipline will make sure that you are doing it, not the motivation. Right? The universe would have been like, I have created such a hell. I would not create any other planet. I will sit down here only. The universe is never in depression. Universe will keep on creating things. If it have been in depression, we would have never have so many of creations. Okay, imperfect creations. They are not perfect creation. They are imperfect creation, but creations. Okay, so I think consistency, as I told earlier, it is more about the discipline that we bring in, not about the motivation. So I hope I have answered your question. Yes, Kumar.
Yeah. Talking about consistency, Wasim, what I would suggest is the right platform we have to choose for consistency, because as a business owners, we are like using multiple platforms, right from WhatsApp and multiple other places, but we don't know where is the traction happening. Okay, if at all we are not doing traction, that's one element we'll have to cross check. And right platforms, meaning very professional platforms where it will help in scaling up. And LinkedIn is full of professionals who can understand quickly, take decisions faster, because they are all decision makers, not somebody sitting behind some screens and chatting in Facebook or Instagram. So obviously, when we have to grow, we have to work with professionals who make us grow. Okay, who are at least aligned to our thought process. And when we are coming to business, obviously we are in the scale up mode. So obviously you should be in LinkedIn, wherein you have to spend a lot of time in terms of consistency. Number one. Number two, I'll be quoting a very a weird example for people who make to get an example. Let's say use case of a beggar. Okay. Now, who is his ideal customer profile? Somebody who is very sympathy oriented, somebody who can provide 1 rupees or 5 rupees or 10 rupees. Okay, but there are two category of beggars who will go to traffic signals, and one category who will go to temple. Okay. Now, where this element is more natural is on the temple, because he's coming in that mood. Okay, he's already in a problem. He wants to showcase his sympathy, Then the beggar will get his client very naturally. Right. But if you go to a traffic signal, he's already irritated by this traffic and multiple office problems, these, that. And if you approach his car, he will say he'll not provide or just go, insult you.
Mm-hmm.
So a very beautiful, very clever beggar will go always to a temple where he will beg because his client will be very natural and he is the most aware customer, I would say.
Very, very fantastic. I think that is what more appropriate kind of an example, and how observation can actually save you a lot in terms of
Oh.
where to point your, as you said, platform.
Hmm.
What is your means? If you're an entertainer, go to YouTube, go to Instagram.
Hmm.
If you're
Right.
someone who is creating value, come to YouTube as well as to LinkedIn. So
Hmm.
now, and if you're creating a professional value, a mental wellness value, that is going to be very much important. So I think that's a very beautiful example, Kumar, and very apt, I would say, to the situation that we're dealing in. So go to the temple. Okay. So temple is LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, great, great. So I think if you don't have any question, we can wrap it up. I am really thankful to all the listeners who have stayed 20 minutes more, 22 minutes more to whatever time was prescribed. And I hope that we were able to give you a value. And definitely Kumar has given such kind of insightful and wisdom nuggets that was pretty much applicated. I mean, you can apply those, take those down, apply it to your current journey, and you can actually accelerate yourself into the direction where you want to. So I'm so much thankful to every participant and whoever have contributed in terms of comments, in terms of reaction, in terms of contributing to questions. And we will definitely be in touch. I think Kumar, LinkedIn handle is there. My LinkedIn handle is there into the invite as well. If you're coming from that particular source, connect to us on LinkedIn, connect to us on YouTube as well, connect to other platforms as well. And we are always there to help you out in whichever journey which you want to take into. Whether it is mental wellness, mindful techniques that you want to learn, or any strategies that you want to learn about getting onto LinkedIn and making it as the platform of your personal brand, definitely Kumar is there. So thank you so much, Kumar. I'm so grateful that on such a short notice you were be able to, and such a humble personality, I would say. I never felt that we were like unknowing each other for such a, it was such a kind of a good gel up and syncing up. So thank you so much, Kumar, for your insight. And we hopefully we'll see you again in next session we will be planning in next month. And I would like you to give us insight more on this journey of getting into our global office of LinkedIn and not sitting behind the curtains. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for having me for this wonderful wisdom sharing platform. I'm so honored, and you've been very friendly host handling all these elements of it. I've never seen a podcast with a poll. This is the first time I'm experiencing that.
Oh God.
That experience made me, oh wow, this also can be done. That's a new
Yeah.
learning for me.
Great,
And you
great.
also shared a lot of wisdoms in terms of mind, stability of mind and mindset framework. All those things is very important, but we are not aware. So
Right,
I
right.
think that awareness has been translated and implemented. There is huge a lot of things which can be captured. So thank you so much, and all the best for your upcoming podcast and as well. And I love to join all your podcast series in a sequence, and love to watch also for with
Thank you,
all
thank you, thank you so much,
key
Kumar. Thank you so
personalities
much.
which you bring in. Pleasure.
Surely, surely.
Thank you so much.
Same here. Thank you, everybody, and have a great weekend ahead. Thank you, Kumar. Thank you all.